Hi, and welcome back to Pure Guidance. I hope everyone here is doing well and taking care. Given the current circumstances, I feel as though perhaps we should take a moment and just pause, the video right here and take a minute to just be grateful and thankful for what we have and give to the positive stream of consciousness that is present and make that stronger. And pray for the health of everyone. So go ahead, and if you can, just take a minute out of your day and just pray. Or at least just send good thoughts into the world. And then let's begin your reading. Hi Sagittarius, how are you? So we're going to go ahead and start your reading off. Now this month I am doing a little bit different layout. We're going to start off with the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. And let cards fall into place representing love, health, and wealth. And your first card is ready here for you. The number 15, One Ring Circus, representing your love life for the month of April. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a demanding month in terms of, are you able to give time to your partner or not? For those of you who are coupled, for those of you who are single, looks like you already have a lot going on. And so to try and manifest something to start up in your love life might be a little bit of a challenge for the month of April, okay? For those of you who are a couple, like I said, it's a one-ring circus. You are going to be putting on, multiple hats for the month of April. It might feel a little bit challenging, but then again, she knows what she's doing. So Sagittarius, I would say worry not. You got this. You are one of the most optimistic signs of the zodiac, and I feel like you're just so cheerful all the time. So given your good energy, your positive energy, anything is possible. Even the quote that goes with this card is, you are capable and competent. All right. So independence is key now as you step into your journey today. So in your love life, you might feel as though things have slowed down or about to slow down. All right. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. So that's something I would probably take away from this card. It might feel, like it's getting more and more difficult. When I'm noticing the illustration in this card, I am seeing an island, but it's not just an island. It's one that has withered away, eroded with time. And it's not a normal day either. Like, it looks like it's stormy. The waves are rough. They're crashing in. It's not easy. And one advice I'm getting from this card would be, notice the elephant. It makes me think of, like the elephant in the room, that kind of a situation. So if there's something that you've been meaning to talk about with someone, perhaps address it for this month. Because there is something, if it's not you, it might be someone you know, like one of your loved ones, who needs to address something with you. And it's really important, clearly. It's the big elephant in the room, right? So we're going to go ahead and come back and clarify that. Here's another elephant here for you. What's up, Sagittarius? I think it's, of course, going to resonate differently with everyone, but for some of you, the elephant might represent something. So I really encourage you to think about what that means to you. So it says stuck in the mud, and that's for your health. All right. So it means April might be a challenge also with your health. Okay. So if it's already been a challenge, then I'm sorry, but it looks like it's going to continue a little bit into April as well. You might feel like you're not getting the care that you need or deserve in terms of health. And of course, that might be due to what we're seeing with the whole COVID situation, right? And places are shut down and you may not have access to what you normally do. There are limitations that we're having to face right now. And so seeing the stuck in the mud card does make sense in that way, okay? But if you look at this from a numerology approach, and same with your love life card, we have 15 and we have 24. Both of these cards represent the number 6, all right? And 6 does stand for success. So there is overcoming the current obstacles and the challenges and the hurdles that you might be facing. All right? And in both cases, if you notice the imagery in the illustration, right, you're not alone. You're not alone. And that's a really positive sign. Okay? So, I want to read out the card a little bit to you before we go further, so I'll do that. For those of you who don't want to hear it, you can skip forward, no worries. But it says, you're being invited to stop and savor the wonder of your life. So that's a great positive look on the stuck in the mud. Although things are not moving forward, they're also not moving backward, right? That's something to actually feel good about. And what you can do in the moment is savor the moment, right? That makes sense. Enjoy what you do have. Don't worry about what you don't. Things will work out as they need to. Just stay positive. You are constantly attracting what you're feeling. The more positive you can get, the more upbeat you can get, the more positivity you attract right back into your life. So becoming stuck is sometimes the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. For many of you, this will be a very positive change. You might have found yourself just being so busy and overworking that you didn't pay attention to your health, and now might be your chance to actually give it some time. You know, give yourself some time off, give yourself the attention that you need and deserve. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your attention elsewhere. Struggling will only get you to muddier places. Now is not the time to move forward, but to observe. Clarity about your circumstances will come a little later. Stop and find joy in what you've been overlooking. Soon you will be out of the mud, but for now, be still and know that Spirit has a plan for you. We'll come back and clarify that. I'm going to focus in on your wealth for the month of April, and what I'm noticing, the first thing I noticed in this card, go ahead, take a look, is I'm actually seeing like kind of the face looking down upon you, and I see it as a sign from Spirit. For those of you who believe in your higher self, a higher power, God, or the universe, I feel like it's looking down right at you. It knows what you're going through in your financial situation. It is being seen. You are not going unheard. You are definitely being heard. Definitely. Gentle Gardener. So that's the card that has come out for you. And no matter the situation, I think it's a card of encouragement. Okay? All right. Let us go ahead and clarify your reading here, Sagittarius. And I feel, why don't we start off with health, and then I'll see kind of what I feel like tuning into, okay? So we're going to clarify the stuck in the mud. I felt like it had very strong energy, but it was positive, right? Each of these cards brings with it some positivity. So we have here a Page of Cups, the Devil, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so I think with these cards, what I'm getting here for you is what you need to be aware of are self-whispers. Okay? What are you hearing from within? It's not just about listening to what is happening around you, but also paying attention to what is happening within you. And you need to be the one to control the faith. You need to be the one to control how you react or act to whatever news you are receiving, how much you are listening. I feel like a part of this is also, for a lot of you, you might just be tuning into the news a lot, and there's a lot of chit chatter that's happening in the outer world, but that can affect you in a negative way if you don't limit it. All right? There is a requirement for focusing on self. Page of Cups is encouraging you to focus on you, on your, focus on your inner voice, and focus on things that bring you joy, that can actually help you feel better. You know, have a good smile, have a good laugh. What are the little things? The little things matter more right now. At the same time, these cards are also reflective of something hidden. So that was just one way to interpret it. That's on the outer world. But for others of you, I feel like there will be something that's hidden, that's not being seen. Again, this is not for all of you, but for some, these are things that might be affecting you quite literally at the internal level, like your internal organs, that you might be, might be something that's going on that you don't know about. That's why it's hidden, right? It could be like a silent disease, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and others. I don't want to list all of them because I don't want you to feel bad or anything like that, but you know if you're going through something, and if you already know about it, it still needs your attention, so don't overlook it just because you don't have the resources right now. For example, you can't always go out and get your whatever it might be. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but I think for those of you who need to hear this message, you know what I'm talking about. And just because you're not able to do those things like you normally would, it doesn't mean that you can't still look after yourself. For example, if it's diabetes, it doesn't mean that you cannot look after your diet, right? Looking at your intake, your nutrition, and so on. So that's something I would probably encourage you to do. Let's go ahead. Let's switch up the topic here and take a look at your love life, and then we'll end off with wealth, okay? So one ring circus for Sagittarius for the month of April. What else are we seeing here? Ten of Swords. It's gonna feel like a lot of pressure, Sagittarius. It will. And perhaps you're already feeling this. It might feel like a burden. A lot of it being mentally a struggle for you. A lot of challenging thoughts that you're having to perhaps cover up, dim down, and, you know, like to hush away. I think that will be the challenging aspect for the month of April. There's just perhaps a lot of questions that are going unanswered, specifically pertaining to your love life. But at the same time, you did get a Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So if you have been struggling in your love life or with your loved ones, this is also not just like your significant other. This is also relating to your family, right? So the Knight of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles is kind of sending us the message that something positive is incoming. And this positivity has a very rooted structure to it. It is, you know, coming from a very sincere place, from a source that you can trust. And there is good news on its way to you. Ten of Pentacles also representing a lot of support from your family and friends. Okay, a lot of support from your loved ones. So if that's something that you're seeking, it is definitely there. For those of you who might be dealing with an earth sign, earth being Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, then they might have something to say to you. They might recommend something, suggest something, and perhaps it can add to what you have right now. Okay? So that's kind of how I would interpret that. And now let's go ahead and take a look at your wealth. So yeah, there's a significant presence of an earth sign for your love life. If it's not an earth sign, it could be someone who's just very stable and secure with where they are, specifically financially speaking. So maybe they'll be the ones kind of helping out with this financial situation. Okay. Taking a look at your financial situation, we have 3 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and 8 of Swords. So, all right, it's clear that, you know, it will be hard. It's hard times in the month of April, and it might cause you to have, you know, there might be a sense of grief over your financial situation, and it can cause a lot of headaches and stress and anxiety for sure. But the way the cards have come out, I do feel like there are solutions kind of hidden within, because the card came out like in the middle, right? So I feel like there are solutions, but they're all hidden. And you're going to have to be the one to kind of challenge your way through this and figure that part out. the end of the day, I still want you to remember that you are being guided, and there is a sense, hopefully you can find that sense of security to flow in. Okay? I hope this helps. If you're wondering if your financial situation is going to improve or significantly, go the opposite way, I'm just going to say that I feel like there are solutions. So for some of you, it's very possible that you're able to overcome the challenges. For others of you, I'm not seeing it get worse, but I am seeing it being an issue for you. And I'll leave it at that. If you want to get specifically a wealth reading, you can always also take a look at my website at IamPureGuidance.com, and then we can take a go from there. Okay? Personal readings are all the more accurate, so I do encourage that if you want more answers. Okay, we're going to end the reading off with affirmations. So this is for the month of April for you, Sagittarius. And if you want an audio for affirmations, I also offer customized affirmations as well. I structure it differently by appealing to your subconscious mind as well. So you can always ask me for a sample if you're interested, if you don't know what I'm talking about. I've inserted samples before into the readings. Okay, so here we have rebirth. Wow, and you're not the only sign to get this card, actually. No, I think you're the third sign if I'm not wrong, and it makes sense. Perhaps you're feeling a lot connected with what is happening right now, and so you're also sensing that rebirth happening within yourself. Paying attention to what has come out here for us is the Phoenix. Many of you might already know Phoenix represents rebirth. Why? Because it is known as having the ability to rise from the ashes. So on the bottom it says here, no matter what happens, you can find new wings. Rise from the past, accept the positive change that is coming. And the affirmations that follow. Today I will give thanks for my trials and recognize them for the many gifts they bring. I know I grow stronger in the broken places. I know that the world will turn in my favor, that the dark night is over and a new day is here because the light has returned. I have ended things well and am ready for this new beginning. I will shine because the whole universe is mine. And how beautiful is that? With this, I say thank you for tuning in and take care, Sagittarius. I'll see you next month. Until then, stay safe. Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance.